Okay, the last one I got here, and this is another male-female thing, okay? Women love to shit test. For any young guys watching, shit test is they want to see what type of guy you are by giving you little tests, okay? The problem is with the shit test, and women, if you're listening, I want you to listen real close because guess what? If you get especially a Sigma and you shit test a Sigma, when he wins your shit test, you lose because he's going to realize it's a shit test and he's not going to have time for it. Okay, period. If he is fully focused, a real focused man, he is not going. He's going to be like, okay, we're done. You know, you want to play the shit test, we're done. The whole thing about, oh, I pretended to break up with him and I thought he'd fight for me. No, that's a Sigma mentality right there of, okay, you want to break up? I'm not going to be an asshole and force you to stay in this relationship. I respect you. Okay? Because Sigmas do. They respect a lot of people. And they will respect you until you prove you don't have respect or are worth respecting. Which is why every guy needs a Sigma mentality. Regardless, she lost. She lost the good man. Pure and simple. It's like, also, sometimes guys end up shit testing their woman and they realize that they, unfortunately, sometimes this comes back to bite him in the ass. One guy had a fiance and he got the whole thing on video. And I said, hey, what would you do if we were married and won the lottery? She goes, oh, I'd take half and leave you. He goes, well, I won $40 on a scratcher. Here's your $20. Get the fuck out of my car. What? That was her. He shit tested her a little bit. Actually, I think he was just joking. But regardless, it didn't work out for either of them. That's time in a relationship that you're just destroying. Now, women love the whole
thrill of the chase. Like, my man's so obsessed with me, he'll do anything to protect me.
And it's called drama.
Oh my God, good Lord.
Which is why they will go and they'll start screaming at another guy trying to pick a fight.
A wall.
Look, I didn't tell you what happened in college, did I? Okay. As long story as short as I possibly can.
No, drag it out a little bit. I want to hear.
Doesn't have all that many details. I was trying to be facetious. Anyways, female I knew, scrawny little blonde thing with the curly hair. I mean, really, really tiny thing. I start to wonder if she ate anything. Regardless, she was the flirty type.
Oh,
she loved to flirt with everybody, but the problem is her boyfriend was the jealous type.
Oh, God.
Those two, they did end up breaking up, but not before a certain incident. Hold on. She was, during this party, she basically clung on me. She was drunk. I mean, so much so that I'm literally turning my head away like, oh, God, your breath stinks. Like, seriously. What is that? Jack Daniels, 2 daiquiris, gin and tonic. Oh my God.
Jägermeister!
Yeah, and all of it. I mean, her breath smells like a pile of friggin' rotten assholes. I mean, it's disgusting. But the thing is, because she was hanging on me and not hanging on him, and this was like my really heavy workout days. I was just power. That's all I was focused on was power. So, big, huge arms and I mean, like 18-inch guns and shit like that is easy. And
God, don't remind me.
You're still young. I don't want to
different story, different day. I'll tell you later.
Whatever. All right. Anyways, he thought I was trying to cheat or trying to get her to cheat on him with her. We got into it. We ended up going to the ski area because there was one small hill that was up there. And I thought he wouldn't show. Well, he showed all right. He also showed me that he's a fucking golden glove because he beat the shit out of me. I was pissing blood for about 2 days.
Oh!
He literally played my friggin' ribs like a bongo. I got him twice. I clipped him on the jaw just barely once, and then I got him in the ribs once. But that was it. After that, I couldn't even get on my feet before he's friggin' beating the shit out of me. As I'm on the ground, literally seeing the blood pour out of my face, he puts a little card in front of my face. He said, "Oh yeah, I should have showed you this." And I was blurry as hell. I'm like, what? It actually said registered lethal weapon. The guy's been a Golden Glove for like 4 or 5 years.
Aw, dude.
And the thing is, I know now I could have got him arrested. But here's the thing. That was like a Sunday. The next Friday when we went out, he walked up and was so apologetic because apparently he told her that he kicked the crap out of me. You know, I show up, I'm all fucked up in the face. And yeah, she apparently clawed him, like on him. Like she was mad. She was mad. She came up, she apologized to me later, and as soon as she walked up, I was like, nope, you stay back. You stay back. I don't want you anywhere near me. She said, what? But we're friends. I was like, not if this shit's going to happen again. No thanks.
Hell no. Got my beating, got my t-shirt. Hell no, I'm out of there.
Yeah, anybody who says they've never lost a fight's never been in one. It's because you will always lose to your teacher. Pure and simple. You always lose to your teacher. But that's an important thing. But because of her little shit test that she didn't know she was doing, I ended up paying the price for it. Now, I've seen some of these where somebody will shit test by, I pretend I lost my job just to see what type of woman it is. Usually that's during like the fiance or late in the dating period, just to check them out. I got no problem with that because you're talking about a legal binding document. And by the way, that should never go to family court. That is a contract. It needs to go to contract court. The kids can go to family court, but not the actual marriage. But the shit testing will always make a woman lose. Every single time. I've had a woman shit test me, and unfortunately, because of that, and she wasn't even my girlfriend, she shit tested me because she thought it'd be funny. Long story. Well, not long story. I was in Buffalo, and my friend worked as a bartender at Cheesecake Factory. Well, his girlfriend, I barely talked to her, but eventually she came over to me because she was a waitress there. Usually she worked a later shift. And she knew the type of guy I was because this guy was talking about me and stuff like that. So she's like, oh, I got a girl that you might like. Oh, really? Yeah, why don't you meet her here at such and such time? I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, we go on the date, and I'm going to use the word date vaguely. This woman probably ordered, and this is Cheesecake Factory. It's not cheap. This is like $100 worth of food. She ate it all. Don't get me wrong. She didn't doggy bag this stuff. And as she's sitting there, it's like she walked up and immediately was like, "Oh, I'm a feminist, and because I'm a woman, I'm better than you." And she just kept going on a rant. Now you know that I usually carry in my pocket a notepad and pen. So I pulled out my notepad and pen. The time's over there, but... and so, anyways, as she's talking, I'm just looking down, taking little notes. She must have thought I was actually giving a shit about what she was saying. She got done with her rant. Oh, by the way, she ranted all the way through dinner. Yeah, from the time she ordered, from the time we actually finished, she basically wouldn't shut up except for between bites. And yes, she did talk with her mouth open.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, and... the whole time I'm thinking, you need to lose about 30 pounds before you keep talking that way. That's the only thing going through my mind as I'm taking notes. And as she's sitting there, we haven't even got to the check yet, or even got to the dessert yet. And I'm like, so, are you finally done with your rant? She's like, it wasn't a rant, I'm just talking about facts, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, really? Okay, now that I let you talk, I expect the same courtesy. Shut the fuck up and listen. You can't talk. And I just very loudly went down every single one of her supposed points, and I tore it apart. She's like, women die more often when they're in the service. They're not treated well. They're assaulted more often. Something like that, which is actually not true. Men are more sexually assaulted in the military. It's crazy. Everything she said was wrong. She said women are better drivers. I'm like, not if you do the math.
Hold the phone. Can we go back for a second here?
What?
Men are more sexually assaulted than women?
Yeah, per capita.
Okay, per capita is different, but like...
If you do that just falls under the whole thing of if somebody does that shit, remember what I said about everyone's going to give him a beating? So he's not going to do it twice. Some of these guys are able to get away with going after guys more than once because people don't report it because they're embarrassed. Yeah, a lot of that shit's been put by the wayside, but it happens. Anyway, regardless of that, I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, as I'm tearing her apart at all her points, I kid you not, I can see just off to my 45, there's some guy sitting there over, he's laughing as he's cutting his food, and I can hear his wife, "It's not funny, shut up." Like, yeah, it is, it's fucking hilarious. The whole restaurant can hear us because I am not being quiet. Our waitress came over, and without her, didn't even give her a chance to say, "Can you quiet down?" I was like, "I need another beer," and then I went back to what I wasn't even drinking that night. And the thing is, I hadn't even ordered a beer yet. It's like, she's like, "What kind?" I'm like, "Alcoholic." Now shoot. And again, I just let it out. And the thing is, I knew this waitress. I knew her personally, so she wasn't gonna take it personal. And we just I went off and I destroyed every single one. And I think I ended somewhere along the lines of, maybe you should take your head out of your ass. I know it keeps your ears warm, but maybe come up for air once in a while.
And sure she's not just breathing farts or something?
Well, maybe.
You're saying she had noxious gas poisoning.
Regardless of it, she was just, her jaw was open. All the blood was out of her face because no one had ever held her to task like that. But the thing is, this shit test here, I did end up paying for my meal, and I tipped the waitress very, very well. But the very next Saturday or Sunday, when I went in for my standard breakfast that I got, I'm talking with a bartender. His girlfriend comes up. She gets there. "So, how was your date?" "Don't you ever talk to me again." And I went back to what I was doing, and there's a bartender's right in front of me. He's like, "Oh, wait, you mean that shit was real? That really happened?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." And I'm just sipping my coffee. And she's still trying to talk to me. I'm like, and I don't even address her. I look at her boyfriend. "Look, dude, get her away from me." Out of the worst dates I've ever had, that was the worst date I ever had. That was actually worse. That was a drive-by colonoscopy, man. That was a running kick in the nuts with freaking steel-toed boots. Oh. That was so uncomfortable to be there and have to deal with all this shit. It wasn't worth it to me. And the fact that she had done that just for a lick, just to shit test me as a friend to see if I could take a joke. There's limits on how to take a joke.
There's jokes, and then there's just blatant disrespect.
And just insulting, yes. So again, shit testing, even if you win, you lose. People don't realize this. Do you still have to test somebody's personality? Yes. Do you have to shit test them to find that out? No.
Was this the joint that you took me and my mom went to for breakfast?
The Cheesecake Factory?
No. Oh, wait, no. The next Saturday when you said you went in for your breakfast and
No. That was the same restaurant, Cheesecake Factory. That was the one day a week I gave myself a really fancy breakfast. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe if somebody's watching, they can actually understand it. Anyways, that's the end of my notes for right now. Do you have anything else you want to put out before we adjourn for the evening?
Definitely on the shit testing on the girlfriend thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll regale y'all with a little story here. So, my ex-girlfriend loved to have supposedly had these dreams that I would go cheat on her and do all this and do all that. I'm like, really? Come on. How long have we been dating? And this is like 2.5 months in. It's like 3 weeks before we broke up because I wasn't going to deal with the shit anymore.
And oh my God, he dream cheated on me. I've heard this before, but keep going.
And then, so I was actually at her house. We had dinner with her family. Her little sister is not even 10 feet away from me. She says this. I snarkily say, just to get my lick back, go, "Oh wow, you think I got that much game? Damn." Like, and I say it in like the most snarky, psychotic tone too. What does she do? Runs upstairs, runs back downstairs, has a belt with fucking rhinestones. I think you know where that one went. Long story short, her mom spent 2.5 hours digging the rocks out of my back.
Should have gone to cops. That is actually assault with intent.
I just got the fuck up out of there.
But the thing is that this is what I was talking about being a guy, is we are looked at as weaker. What's up?
86 the mic for a second.
I can't.
All right. Anyways,
if you can't talk about it on this, we'll talk about it later.
It was more of her mom was like really apologetic, and like I actually respected her parents because her parents were really cool.
It doesn't matter. She'll still shoot her ass.
It wouldn't have amounted to anything.
Regardless, continue on. It was at the end of it?
Yeah, that was pretty much the end of it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, sometimes women will do things that they think I swear they do this to cause people pain, but they think it's funny. Like, I think one lady got 3 years in prison because she did a TikTok video where she threw boiling water on a guy's back. It actually melted his shirt into his skin.
Oh, dude.
You can actually see the waves. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. And she thought it was funny. Now, I can say this, and I have no idea where this woman found an actual riding crop, because she was not a horse rider at all. I know because I offered to take her horseback riding, and she didn't know what she was doing. Well, she shows up. Well, this is after she spent the night, and she thought it'd be funny to whack me with the damn thing while I slept.
Wait, the riding crop is the little whippy thing. Oh, dude. Oh.
I flipped over so fast that I ended up kicking her in the face.
Oh.
She actually yelled at me and said it was my fault. I'm like, have you seen the wart on my ass? What the fuck? Granted that she almost did lose some teeth there. I mean, she wasn't very big. But... let me rephrase. She was skinny. She was actually tall for a female. But the fact that she leaned...
5'9"?
Closer to 5'10", actually. She was, again, really tall. Anyways, regardless of that, again, this is something that the difference between men and women, if you would not do it... I don't even know where I'm going with this. You know, this video has been going for so long, I think I'm going to end it here.
I think my brain is starting to fizzle a little bit. You can probably see the smoke coming out of my ears.
Usually my standard live streams are about 2 hours anyway, and this is where I'm pretty much done. Besides, I'm just about out of my drink here.
That, ladies and gents, cheers.
So, this is going to be the end of the long form video. Hopefully, after everybody gets bits and pieces on the Crazy Uncle channel, you guys are still here listening to this entire crazy rant from the Crazy Uncle and my hopefully no longer naive nephew. And yes, he's looking at me like he wants to kill me. So
I don't want to kill you just yet.
Yet. Ain't found a way to kill me. Yeah, he ain't found a way to kill me yet, you know. Anywho's. And you know what? I gotta stop saying that, because every time I do that, I start to get one homo suspicion point. It's crazy. That's not how that works. Whatever.
Just cut the video, man.
All right, guys. This is your Crazy Uncle, and I'll see you on the next one.
And the Crazy Nephew.
We're punching out.